Traders, in this update, I am going to be sharing several of my top ideas for the upcoming week. Specifically, I'm going to be sharing the why behind the potential trade idea and my ideal entry and exit scenarios and targets. So let's get right into it. So the first idea on my watch list is a reality check in LUNR. All right, looking for a measured pullback in LUNR, ticker LUNR. So what is the idea here? Look, we're up well over 100% after breaking out back in early August above its 200 SMA and nearing a turning point here as price reaches fairly extreme levels, almost over an 80 RSI, nearing a momentum shift as shorts exhaust and price gets extended. However, not quite there yet. I did disagree with this setup and opportunity and idea coming into Friday being categorized by many as A+ opportunities. Why? Simply put, I just didn't think that price had extended significantly enough to the point where a significant pullback became the most likely outcome, and you had that scooter scroll. That didn't exist yet for me, but ideally that extreme bearish sentiment that exists and has existed for multiple days now will result in that A+ setup and ideally a blow-off parabolic move. Now, what is the plan here for me? So the plan is I'd really like to see price break above Friday's high. I'd love to see us push above Friday's high. And ideally you get that skip action after, big ticks comes some bigger ticks, signaling that shorts have finally reached, their breaking point, their threshold line in the sand. And once that exchange occurs, that's often signaled by an outlier volume and extension candle, and then an engulfing move to the downside and lower. Confirms the backside, that's when I'd be looking to get short versus the high of day or the previous lower high after a bull trap, with support of 8 and then 6, with support of 8 and then 6 being my targets. If we go down to a lower time frame, you can see coming back into previous breakdown potential support zone, and then the previous area of resistance, which is now turned into potential support for a pullback 6. So targeting those two areas as profit targets. SMMT is the next idea, looking for continuation in SMMT. If we zoom out, overall, obviously this was fantastic, potentially, arguably fundamentally changing news that resulted in the run up here in SMMT, which has now been followed by a really nice measured pullback and really just reset of price action. So the idea here is looking for a break back above that 5-day and for momentum to continue to the upside. So the plan would be ideally we get another day or so of consolidation, setting up a cleaner area of resistance, in which case would be a reactive trade if we broke above that. Alternatively, we get a wash below 24 early this week. We get a quick wash below 24 and then immediately reclaims that area and tests Friday's high, confirming a higher low, and that's when I'll be ready to get long for a hold near or above Friday's high with a stop low of day. And should that relative strength and price action unfold as planned and really provide that clean entry, I'll be targeting an ATR move, which would put it near 28, followed by kind of a end game target of around near 30 for me. And then we have tightening action in NVDA. Zoom out again onto the daily. Really straightforward reactive idea here in NVIDIA, which is obviously just a great stock, has been a great stock all year to trade, and considering its tightening range right at its 50-day SMA, the contraction in the range just allows for a skew to risk reward if the range continues to contract before picking a direction finally. And so the plan obviously is just a reactive trade, very straightforward. If the range does continue to contract for another day or two, followed by a breakout in price and volume, of course, above resistance, above 120, I'll just be long on that breakout momentum entry on the breakout stop below the breakout level. If you got a nice clean consolidation break intraday that aligns across multiple time frames at that 120 area as well. Alternatively, a higher low stop depending on the setup intraday, of course. But after that, a trade like this is just simply going to be managed more intraday focused, higher lows on a 5-minute time frame to use as a trail, and then taking profits on extensions on higher highs, extensions from VWAP, essentially targeting 125 previous support, now turned into potential resistance on a bounce, so 125 end game target. And then just a couple bonus large cap ideas as well before we go over to small caps. MU from last week's watch list, double bottom, still shaping up very nicely, and obviously we have a clear potential turning point momentum shift in MU now going forward, so if we can get back above that level. Same plan as last week. Google, fantastic follow through in Alphabet and Google. Since I last spoke about it. Really nice continuation and bounce. As this is one I discussed and really reviewed my trading in great detail in the Inside Access meeting. So for those of you that joined and missed that meeting, go back, have another listen, and check it out to be able to really dissect this play and understand what my thought was. It remains a focus for a pullback consolidation going forward as well. If we're able to pull back towards its 5-day, consolidate, reset, breathe a little bit, and then I'd look to potentially add or initiate a position depending on what I've done up until that point. But I think it will offer another opportunity. XBI is another one. XBI, it's definitely a top focus of mine from now on, obviously given the 50 basis point cut, how sensitive the sector is to interest rates, and obviously it's multi-year consolidation base, even zooming out to a 3-year. It's set up extremely well, beautiful base, consolidating high end of the range right by its 52-week highs, 103.52, I believe, 103.52. So for now I'm sitting, we failed multiple attempts at that area. So I'm sitting back for now, waiting until we can clear that with some conviction. And really, when I see a sign that buyers have really stepped up, have taken us above that area, and are firmly in control, and then I'd look to get involved again. And then lastly, a couple small caps, just some pops to short in these names. Let me put it on VWAP rather. First one's going to be LFLY in Leafly. So Leafly, straightforward, very unlikely, I think, but I'm only looking at a potential trade for Monday. I don't want this to, present itself as a liquidity trap potentially for a squeeze further than I think. So ideally, first day would be Monday. I'd be looking for a push into 280s up towards 3, towards this developing 2-day VWAP. Push, fail, I'd be short against the high of day, targeting a move back down to 2s. Very straightforward trade. And then very similar to that in GXAI, another pump and failed move on Friday. Similarly, if GXAI can have a bit of a secondary pump and squeeze on Monday towards 3 to 350s and fail, I'd look to be fairly aggressive short for a move back down towards the low 2s, but again, it's fairly unlikely, but always good to have alert set because you never know. So those are my top ideas coming into the week. Of course, new names pop up every day, and my attention and priorities can change depending on what I really perceive those setups to be and what my expectancy is. But coming into the week, these are my top ideas. Let me know what you're watching. I love it when you guys drop those in the comments section along with your plans, ideas, thoughts. So let me know what's on your watch list, what your thoughts or your plans are. Maybe I'll add that to my watch list too. And good luck for the week, and I'll see you all next week.
So you're an active trader, not doing as well as you want, not doing as well as you deserve, and you just can't figure out why you can't become profitable no matter how hard you try. Well, let me show you why. This is your competition. The traders in this room. This room right here is full of elite traders. Some of them are making 7 and even 8 figures a year. In fact, our top guys have made nearly 20 million each in net trading profits in a single year. Let's head to my office so I can share more. So you're probably used to seeing videos of lavish trader lifestyles, trading gurus trading off of a laptop for an hour a day, heck, maybe even 15 minutes a day, and then them relaxing on some secluded beach for the rest of the day. Well, all I can tell you is that our traders train like pro athletes. They live and breathe the markets and are continually working on their trading skills. Because at our firm, that's what we found it really takes to make it in this game. I'm Mike Bellafiore, co-founder and managing partner of SMB Capital, one of the world's top proprietary trading firms located in Midtown Manhattan. And we're always looking for trading talent to hire and develop. And not just to trade in-house on our desk, but also to trade from their own home, entirely using our firm's capital. And we have numerous traders doing just that. allowing them to make upwards of 7 figures trading the firm's capital without risking their own money. But to even get a shot at something like that, you need to have the right training. That's why we're doing a new free online presentation in which we share how you can get an interview with SMB to become an in-house or remote trader, trading firm capital without risking yours and gaining access to all of our firm's coaching and resources. And the best part? You don't have to be a profitable trader yet. In fact, we prefer to mold profitable traders with our methods and our techniques. That's why we have just 3 simple criteria that can earn anyone an interview. We're looking for highly ambitious and determined traders who fit our culture first and foremost. So if you believe that could be you, sign up for the free 1-hour online presentation by clicking the link that's in your top right corner of your screen now.